Okay, so what I've got here is a 3/8 fine threaded bolt. The threads fit the recess in there. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill it out, and then I'm going to cut it to length and go from there. So much junk up here on my shelf. All right. Okay, so this is the hole that the headlight switch needs to come out of, and I'm going to move you back just a little bit. There you go. This is the headlight switch. This is what I just made. All right, I didn't make the nut I had. This is going to screw in here after we put the headlight switch around behind there. It's going to screw in. I have to put some needle nose on it and screw it in a little farther. But anyway, that's going to screw in. The reason it had to have the hole in it is because the knob, the headlight knob itself, has to slip through it. Alright, so now we've got something to fasten it to the dash with. And anyway, if I don't drop it and lose it completely. But now that we have that, that's a good thing, but we need to do some wiring. I'm thinking if I'm going to do this, I'm not sure where I want to start, but I want to start with the next gauge. I was kind of on hold. I'm going to move you in just a second. Can't get anything to cooperate now. There. Alright, hold with me. Bear with me. Let me get you mounted back here and spun around and all that kind of stuff. Alright, let me get you over here as far as I can. We can still see what's happening. Alright, now I did find some 12-volt bulbs in my stash of stuff I bought in an auction. I do know there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how many I need in these gauges. I've got to go look, because I do know that this speedometer one, the old one that's over here, takes 3. There's one more, but it's not on a gray wire. It's on a green wire, and it's a number 6. And nowhere in the information paper that came with the wiring harness, surprise, surprise, one more glitch, does it mention a number 6 green wire. Nowhere. Goes from a number X number 3, 4, 5, then it jumps to a 25 wire, and then 7, 8, 9, 11, 14, another number 2 wire, up to 24. And 25 is up here in the middle. Basically, I think that's telling you that you had to, 25 came out this end, so you weren't out there on the engine side somewhere, way out there, trying to find a number 25. But between that and the schematic, I can figure it out pretty much. I'm just afraid I may have to see this ignition switch has a light in it, and that's what I used the green one for, assuming that's why it was different. But I might be wrong. I may have to move them all to where they belong. I think these 3 go in that gauge, this gauge. These 2, probably 3 go in this one. But maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe 3, this one goes over here, and these 2 are the only 2 that are in this one. Because this is, I don't know why there's 3 in your speedometer. This has got more information on it. This is going to have your ammeter, fuel gauge, temperature, and what else? I don't know. But anyway, I may go get those because they need to be getting in here pretty quick. Because like I said, I'll just tape the dash off and cover it up when I do any painting. So bear with me. I'm going to go get the dash gauge packets out of the house, and I'll be back out and we'll start you again. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to go put some rubber gloves on. I don't know why. Hopefully to keep from getting the chrome off fingerprints, but Okay, we're shutting you off. I thought I could find nuts to hold those gauges in, but I can't. Okay, so as you can see, the speedometer is in here. Had a heck of a time getting it manipulated in, up and around the 12 volt windshield washer conversion motor. It's twice as big as the vacuum operated one. Sucks up a lot of room. And I just found out that I've got to take it partially back out because this adapter that goes on the back of it for the 2-speed rear end has to go fasten to the back of the speedometer, and then the cable fastens here, and then there's a lever that fastens to a little arm on the bottom of this. So when you shift from high to low, it pushes this up or down. It changes the ratio of the speedometer, because your speedometer is feeding right off the drive end of your transmission. So when you change your 2-speed rear end, it's going to change your speedometer. So this has to move, has to change when you change your 2-speed rear end. So I'm hoping I can undo the top screws, loosen the nuts, loosen the bottom to tip this down just enough to get this screwed on, and then put it back in. Okay, so we're back to, we got our adapter in there, but I don't like how loose it is. I've tightened that clamping screw as tight as I can frickin' tighten it. It won't tighten anymore. But it's loose, it's so loose that it moves when this lever moves. That's not gonna work. Alright, well, we got the speedometer in, we got the adapter on, we got it hooked up to our low and high speed 2-speed rear axle. We had to move a couple of things through the dash. We've got our capillary tube for our oil sending unit through here. We just started on the combination gauge. It's your fuel gauge, your ammeter, your temperature, and your gas gauge. Well, I think I said fuel meter, right? 4 things: gas gauge, temperature, battery, and what's the last one? Oil pressure. Duh. So anyway, right now we're kind of making connections on the back of it and to the headlight switch, because they kind of go back and forth here. We have this, we have our schematic, so between the two of them, it's making life a little easier. Of course, I'm pointing to those and you can't see them because they're down here on the seat. I have this, which came with the wiring harness, and I have the schematic, which is in the manual for the truck. So between that and this, and the fact that this wiring harness is all numbered for us, that makes life a lot easier. So we just basically hook them up. I mean, some of it's a little vague, but it's really not that hard once you check a couple of resources here. So I think we're looking good. I don't believe we're headed for any kind of a vehicle fire yet. Right now we're on wire number 5. Well, I just connected, let's see, did I connect? Yeah, number 4. Number 4 goes from headlight switch to fuse box. That's the one we just hooked up. Okay, we have a number 5, orange. Number 5, headlight switch to fuse box, orange. So that's got to be what this one does. So now we got to go from the headlight switch which is a little vague. So now we got to check and see if it's on the parking side or the tail light side or the headlight side. Which part of the headlight switch do we want to feed off of? Because this is the parking brake lights, this is the tail lights, this is the let's see, what's this one, the headlights? Yes, headlights. Over here we have the dome light and stop light and the instrument lights. The instrument lights is done, we're good there. The dome light and stop light are both on the same circuit, which basically are fed from the battery through this disconnect. So if they overheat or get hot, this will disconnect. But there's a fuse in the circuit anyway. So, and they're hot. The battery hooks back here, so these terminals right here are hot whenever the battery's hot, which is all the time. The rest of them feed through the switch by either pulling in and out or going through the resistor, which is what these do. These go through the resistor. So what we got to figure out is, what number they say? It's this orange one. No, number 5 and a number 7. We want to find a number 5. Number 5, orange. Headlight switch to fuse box, orange. Okay, so the number 4 wire went from headlight switch to fuse box, that's the purple one, and then the number 4 wire goes to the tail lights. And then we have the, what was this? The number 5 orange wire, headlight switch to fuse box, and then we have a fuse box to stoplight switch, orange. So this is going to go to the stoplights, which are hot at all times. We all know that. You put your foot on a brake pedal and the brake lights come on. So this is going to come up through here and over to here. these two over here are dome and stop. I'm pretty sure this headlight switch to fuse box orange and fuse box to stoplight switch orange. Okay, so I've got to figure out what I need for wrenches here. I'm sure I'm probably right in your way where you can't see what I'm doing. I don't know where else to put you. Maybe it ain't too bad. But I've got to get back in there to that copper line and get that oil pressure gauge fitting. Yep, so I'm going to shut you off because there's really nothing to see now except me screaming and hollering and yelling as I try to contort my hand up in there to get these nuts on, these 4 bolts that are up in here, and then get the headlight switch up in here and this nut on and get that mounted. I'll probably go paint this nut because that's pretty ugly and I couldn't find another nut, though, you know, I may go look. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Let me finish this stuff up, and when I bring you back, I'll show you hopefully this stuff connected or all completed if I can today. Okay, so done for today. Got the speedometer in, got the combination gauge in. I've got to tighten up the 4 bolts. I've got nuts on, or nuts I should say. I got nuts on them, I just didn't get them tightened. The headlight switch I had to take back out because I found tucked up under the dash my wires that run to the clearance lamps and to my dome lamp. I've got the clearance lamp wire tied in. The dome lamp, I'm going to, I've got a fuse holder in place, and I'm going to run this to, there's a hole in the dash right here. I'm going to run it to a switch, either a toggle switch or a push-pull switch, so I can turn the dome lamp on here. The old dome lamps had power to them all the time, and there was a switch on the lamp, and I don't want to have to climb up there and turn it on and off every time. So I'm just going to put a toggle switch right here. And that should just about do it. That's all I'm going to do for today anyway. Tomorrow, not sure what I'm going to do, but if I come out here and work on this, the weather's supposed to be nice. I'm not sure. I haven't planned my day yet, so we'll deal with that in the morning. But anyway, with that, that's enough. That's the end of this video. I'm going to take you down. We're going to tell you thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and hey, we'll catch you on the next one, and everybody be safe.